Good evening, everybody. It is Michelle Poe here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and I can't even begin to tell you how honored and blessed I am to be bringing to you the Joanne Shearer Parkin from Arizona. However, I will always say Joanne is also from Sioux Falls because that is where I first met her. What's that, Joanne?
Also from Sioux Falls, yes.
Also from Sioux Falls. Her heart is here and soul and where everything really began. And so much history here, but I can't tell you all enough about my love, appreciation, and respect of this woman as a human, a friend, a mentor, a business partner, but just the way she looks at things, the way that her brain works, how scientific she is, and her deep care for humans, right? And living with a life of vitality and longevity and abundance in every way. So I'm super quick. I'm just going to go through a couple things, Joanne, because her biographical sketch, you guys, is like this long. I mean, pages and pages and pages, but I just say that because I want you to know the power of this woman. She is absolutely a trendsetter. Let me just tell you too, she's a pickleballer. She's an award-winning pickleballer. She and her husband also go hiking in the Grand Canyon, take incredible pictures, do so many different things. And she was awarded the Headliner Award from the Food Service Director magazine in 2004 and was quoted extensively in, listen to this, the Wall Street Journal, you guys, in an article titled The Hospital Food That Won't Make You Sick. She's the creator of the Prairie Mediterranean Diet, so exciting, the Heart Puzzle Eating Guide, and is co-author of the Healthy Kitchen Cookbook. She's received awards and national recognition for her commitment to healthy lifestyle, healthy food environments, and Joanne has held numerous leadership positions, both within her state dietetic association with the American Dietetic Association. Joanne has also extensive experience in public relations. Yes, she does. Oh my goodness gracious, including numerous print, radio, cable, TV, and local TV interviews. She's a sought-after speaker with over 100 public speaking appearances, and this is older, and I know that is even a lot more now over the past many years by professional and lay audiences. So she's a dietitian with so many letters behind it. She is a nutritionist beyond, and you could even speak to, I'm not doing you enough here, Joanne, but I just want to say thank you. We are so excited not only to be with a company that is pioneering health and activation, but now tonight she's going to be talking about, and I'm just going to turn it over so we can get right to it, these 3 new products, AM, PM, and D3. So let's give Miss Joanne Shearer Parkin a round of applause and a massive welcome to being here tonight. And Joanne, just teach us how our bodies are going to just continue to be the best it can be.
Okay, well,
thank you.
Wow, thank you for that introduction, Michelle. That's really awesome. And I'm really thrilled to be here and be a part of this launch. And so starting now, I think 6 weeks, maybe 5 weeks ago, I actually was just so honored to be able to be a part of a pre-launch group taking these 3 products, logging into weekly webinars and learning all about these 3 products and having kind of the inside scoop and background, early on. And so that now I can be here tonight and share some of what I have learned. And I'd say number 1 would be like with all of the products that LifeVantage has in their product catalog, these are the same level of quality, of science, of thought, ingenuity that goes into these products that we've all been able to experience with all the other products that are in LifeVantage. And so these 3 products, they are really almost like one product. They're really very cool. Rise AM and Reset PM, basically one product taken at different times, and then we have the D3. And there's a couple things. I've started out right on my screen, right the very first slide, I want you to write these terms down. I'm going to be repeating them several times over the evening because this is really what makes these products very, very unique. It's a reason why they work as well as they do, and why and the science that's gone into the thought. So what these products are actually designed with something called time-wise nutrient delivery. That is a trademark of LifeVantage. We exclusively can use that terminology of time-wise nutrient delivery. What does that mean? That means the right nutrients in the right amounts at the right times. So let's get started and let's just dig a little deeper. So what I'm going to hear tonight, I'm going to provide an overview of each product, talk about why micronutrients are essential, and of course, expand on time-wise nutrient delivery and what that means, and how these micronutrients relate and work synergistically with our activation products. And of course, we got to have some testimonials, right? I always want to hear about how people have felt when they take our products. And so let's start with why nutrient supplementation and why do we need to be adding nutrients, supplemental nutrients to our diet. The USDA dietary guidelines, I think about every 5 years, they publish the results of all of their, they call them NHANES nutrient surveys. I mean, they survey thousands of Americans and they analyze their diets and they collect all these reports, on, what Americans, what are we eating? And are we meeting our nutrient goals? Well, actually, we are not. The shortfall nutrients that have been identified in the 2015 to 2020 surveys found that these nutrients were lacking in the diet: fiber, choline, magnesium, vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin C, and iron for women ages 19 to 50. I want to highlight a couple of these. One is vitamin D. General population, probably about 50% not getting adequate vitamin D, and actually vitamin D deficient by laboratory values even. I attended a webinar recently on vitamin D where they reported that 65% of older adults are vitamin D deficient. Magnesium, this is a really significant shortfall nutrient. I think only maybe 30 to 40% of Americans are even meeting their daily requirements, which that means 60, 70% are deficient. So there's numerous nutrients that we're not meeting and getting in our diet. And why there's the percentages of the intakes that are inadequate. I put them there, calcium right along with the magnesium, but the B12 too. And actually, not so much that adults are not getting enough B12, it's just that older adults have a difficulty absorbing and utilizing B12. As they age, their stomachs develop something called gastritis. The lining of the stomach just isn't absorbing the B12. And so older adults definitely are, many are short on B12. So how do you feel if you are not getting enough micronutrients? So what do you feel? You can have fatigue, depressed immunity is a biggie, more susceptible to illness and infectious diseases, impaired cognitive function, and just generalized poor health. So I know this is when I was started out as a dietitian, and many years ago, the mantra was, you don't need vitamins, you don't need those supplements. It just makes expensive urine because all you need to do is eat a healthy diet, right? And yes, you need to eat a healthy diet, no doubt about that, for sure. But even if you're eating all those wonderful, wholesome foods, the foods that we eat are just not as nutrient dense as what they used to be. In fact, you see that on the screen at the bottom there, that the average vegetable is 5% to 40% lower in mineral content than they were 50 years ago. And of course, it relates back to the soils as well, because, we're not repleting the soils with nutrients or organic material like we used to in farming and days gone by. And so that is not being, our soils are not being replaced in that with nutrients. And this is another, something else that leads to nutrient deficiencies is medical conditions, where sometimes the medical condition impacts nutrient utilization and absorption. The medical condition itself can really cause, deficiencies as well. And a biggie, which we don't think about very much, is prescription drugs. I remember when I was working as a clinical dietitian, I had my little notebook, spiral book, and I could look up any kind of prescription drug, and it would tell me the different nutrients that would be impacted, that could be deficient and could cause impaired absorption, or it could really significantly increase the need for a nutrient. So prescription drugs is something that we don't really think about, but they can tremendously impact your nutrients. And of course, there's nutrients loss in transportation, storage, and cooking. And I remember reading the studies about oranges and vitamin C. And the researchers in this study, they followed a batch of oranges that were freshly picked. They tested the vitamin C levels of those oranges. And then what they did is they traced them right to the grocery store. And then they tested them once they were at the grocery store. And those oranges had lost up to 70% of their vitamin C. So that's another aspect of nutrient intake, that our foods are just often you're not really getting what you think you might be in those foods. So LifeVantage has a solution for those nutrient deficiencies and our inadequate intakes, and that is a time-wise nutrient delivery with 3 different products. And so what makes our nutrients and our supplements so different, so special and superior, is that the right nutrients with the right amounts at the right time. That's that time-wise nutrient delivery. Now you're going to really try it. You'll pick up on this as I go through this about right nutrients. You'll go, oh, right nutrients. And you'll think right amounts, that's great, right time. So those 3 things. So these products were actually were formulated in consultation with the Linus Pauling Institute. And of course, this very, very brilliant scientist, Dr. Alexander Michaels. He is a genius in micronutrient formulations and delivery. And so what happened is that with these products is what you have the brilliant scientists and the biochemists from the Linus Pauling Institute teaming up with our brilliant scientists, right, at LifeVantage. And they put together these awesome, amazing products. So let's get started with the first one. And the first one is D3 Plus. So D3 Plus is a product that is designed, for a lot of important functions and reasons. First thing we bring to mind is bone density and bone health, right? But we now know that D3 is important for your immune system. It has cardiovascular benefits. It can affect even your mental health. So many different benefits of D3. Well, what the genius is with our product is that our company has combined the D3 with synergistic nutrients. We all know about synergy, don't we? We all know that nutrients work together when they're put together like in a family or like in a team, and this team of nutrients are going to work together synergistically and boost up the activity of each other. One of the nutrients that's in here, and I had not heard of this particular form of vitamin K, is MK7. And MK7 activates 2 specific proteins that are necessary for bone building. And then another thing that it does is it prevents the calcium buildup in blood vessels, because we also have some calcium in this product as well. Do you see that? 260 milligrams of 5 different forms of calcium. These different forms of calcium are highly bioavailable and able to be utilized by your body and actually able to get incorporated into your bones. There's one thing that I learned about calcium supplements. And I want to take you back like 30 years ago, maybe 40 years ago, when doctors start recommending calcium supplements for, especially for postmenopausal women, said, take 1,200 milligrams of calcium. So women would be very compliant, go get their bottle of calcium carbonate, 1,200 milligrams, and faithfully take their calcium carbonate every day. Well, without the cofactor nutrients, a lot of that calcium carbonate was not getting incorporated into the bones. They didn't have MK7, right? They didn't have this form of vitamin K to actually help to get the calcium incorporated into the bones. So the calcium was floating around in the vascular system. And some of that actually can get deposited in your arteries, and especially in the coronary arteries. So when I was at the Avera Heart Hospital, my last year I was there was a study that came out, it was a nurse's health study. And they found that women that were taking the single nutrient high dose of calcium, that they had higher rates, some of them had higher rates of coronary artery disease, because calcium needs to have vitamin D, it needs vitamin K, needs to work with magnesium in order to get it taken up into the bones. And so this is what's the genius of this product is, it's amazing that the dosage is just perfect. It's a great dose. It's just not too much. And it's not going to be, you don't have to worry about that. And then you have those cofactor nutrients. And included in that of cofactor nutrients is magnesium. Again, 4 different forms of highly bioavailable magnesium and forms that our body can utilize. And then a couple other ingredients, horsetail extract. I don't know about you, but I had not heard about horsetail extract. And so what it is a plant-based source, natural source of silicone. And silicone is important for connective tissue. Another ingredient is boron, but it's in the form of calcium fructoborate. This is also a plant-based source of boron, which means it's also better absorbed because it's plant-based. So that's our amazing D3 product. I was taking another D3 product prior to this launch. And of course, I'm loving this one and all of the various health benefits as well with this. And again, like I said, vitamin D is more than just for bones and teeth. That's for your immune system, supports your cardiovascular system, your mood, your brain, muscles, nerves, helps with muscle contraction and relaxation, and supports skin, hair, and nails as well. And now, drum roll, we have this multi-nutrient duo system. Basically one product, but taken at different times. The right nutrients, at the right amounts, at the right time, right? So let's start with the Rise AM. And so you're wondering, why are we taking two bottles, different times? Oh my goodness, now I have to remember. But this is very, very critical, because these products were designed to coincide and to work with your natural circadian rhythms. And so I'm going to read from one of the product information sheets. This is product information sheet right off your website. And this is what I recommend that you do if you have not, is go to your replicated website and start reading about these products. Go to all the product information sheets. Go look at the product labels. Go to the Q&A. Read the Q&A. It's amazing how much thought it goes into those Q&As, and you will find a lot of your questions already answered at the Q&A. But I couldn't say it better than the way it's listed on this product information sheet. It says your body's rhythms are synced with the rising and the setting of the sun. Once interrupted, these cycles can affect your body, mood, and more. these cycles can also be affected by how and when you supplement your nutrition. Too much of one mineral in the morning or another vitamin at night can lead to unwanted effects. I think a good example would be B vitamins. B vitamins taken in the morning can often, and for many people, will give you a little bit of an energy boost right away. Well, you don't want to be taking those B vitamins maybe later in the day, right? Where you don't want an energy boost when you're trying to go to bed. Ginseng is in the Rise AM formula. That's great. You want the ginseng, your adaptogen, that's going to help you to be alert and help you feel kind of energized in the morning. So there's really a lot of thought that's gone into these products, again, to help to be synced with your body's natural circadian rhythms, which is your light and dark cycles. And this little graph kind of shows you, if you haven't seen these graphs before, it shows how you're, like, for example, 7 p.m., you have your highest body temperature, melatonin secretion starts at 9, get your deepest sleep at 2. So you don't want to be interrupting and disrupting your circadian rhythms. So these are really intelligently designed to work with the natural rhythms of your body. Wow. Another thing that you can do, and this is not anything I learned in all those webinars that I've been attending, but this is something I learned a few years ago, is that you can also eat and consume your meals in sync with your circadian rhythms. So I was thinking when I learned that the products were formulated to work with your circadian rhythm, I'm like, well, that's really cool, because we also need to keep that in mind when we're eating our meals, especially important that you not consume food at night when your body and your circadian rhythms are going into slow mode. And in fact, nighttime eating can really disrupt your circadian rhythms and lead to poor sleep as well. There's some research that's shown that cancer survivors who fasted greater than 13 hours overnight during 7 years had a decreased risk of cancer recurrence. Jim and I try to practice this time restricted eating, where we stop eating at 6 and then delay our breakfast until 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. So we get that 12-hour overnight fast. So we are also working with our meals and working in sync with our circadian rhythms as well. Okay, now let's dive a little deeper into this first product, Rise AM, and what's in this product. This is where you're going to get your daily value or more of a number of vitamins and minerals, vitamin A, C, you have some D3 in there as well, vitamin E, vitamin K1, thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, B6, and then folate and B12. Now this is where the right form of the vitamin is so important. And there's about, I think, 30 to 50% of Americans have a defective gene that, and if they have this defective gene, they are unable to metabolize folic acid and B12 as well. And with their inability to really process these B vitamins, that can lead to a buildup of a chemical or molecule called homocysteine. I remember when I was working at the heart hospital, we started testing people for their B vitamins. If they had a high homocysteine level, the next step was to see, what was their B vitamin status. And so this is important then for people that have this MTHFR gene, that they consume their folate and their B12 in a methylated form. Do you see that for the folate, 50% of it, let's see, it's more than that, it's 60%, is in the form of methyl tetrahydrofolate. And then the B12 is all methylcobalamin in that methylated form. So people who have that MTHFR gene, they can safely consume these supplements. And that's so cool. That's good news for sure. Again, we have more, another B vitamin, choline, extra calcium in there, iodine, selenium, copper, manganese, chromium, molybdenum, potassium, and some ginseng roots. So this is the complete formula for your Rise AM. So what are the benefits of taking a daily Rise AM formula? And again, it's to provide you with the B vitamins for one thing, so that you can feel energized during the day. And of course, the ginseng and the folate and the methylated form is really what's pretty critical about this one too. So then the second one is the Rise PM. This is taken in the evening. I take this one pretty close to bedtime because it has some calming herbs. Take it about an hour before bedtime. Now, this is not a sleep formula. This is not going to make you feel drowsy, but it can make you feel calm and relaxed. And so that's really cool, I think, thoughtful that they put these calming herbs in this formula. And again, as you can see, there's no B vitamins. You're going to be getting some mix of some other vitamins. There's your zinc is in there. And you can just yourself kind of go down through the list, take a look at all the different mix of vitamins and minerals in that formula. Another thing with the zinc, something to keep in mind is, again, this goes back to having the right amounts of vitamins. Where you don't want to, load up on a single nutrient. Sometimes if you take too much of a single nutrient of a vitamin or a mineral without some cofactor nutrients or some helper nutrients, you can really upset the balance. For example, if you take too much zinc, over 50 milligrams a day, that can induce a copper deficiency. So this is another concept here with nutrients. More is not necessarily better. In fact, more can actually sometimes really interfere with other nutrients and cause even depletion of other nutrients. And I kind of think of it this way, and this is the way I kind of have told my audiences over the years is, you need between, 60 to 100 nutrients a day, different types of nutrients, if you include all of the various trace minerals. And so you think about all of these nutrients kind of in the concept of like a well-tuned orchestra, right? So you need all of the various instruments in the orchestra to really make a beautiful sound, right? So what happens if your violins don't show up, right? And you're low on the violin section, or your clarinets, right? So you can see where you need the whole complex of all these nutrients, in the right amounts at the right time and in the right form to be able to be utilized by your body. You don't really want to upset that balance. And our Reset PM, what is the benefits? Helps you to relax the body and the mind, and it works naturally with your circadian rhythms. Helps your body renew and restore your health as you sleep. Again, promotes calm and ease your stress, supports your restful sleep. A lot of great benefits. You're going to see when we get to the customer testimonials, it's amazing. I think this product is really helping a lot of people. So now, kind of gone through the products and what's in them. Now the question is, what are the synergistic benefits of combining Rise AM and Reset PM with the Protandim Synergizers? Okay, probably some of you are already been thinking about that, right? First of all, fact one, the tri-synergizer pathways require a number of micronutrients to affect nutrigenomic, I kind of got a typo in there, affect the nutrigenomic gene expression, because that's what our tri-synergizers do, right? They're nutrigenomic products. They affect that gene expression. These are activator products, right? Well, all of these various pathways also require micronutrients. And those are catalysts, and they're important in the whole, all these anti-aging pathways. So we need those micronutrients. Fact two, our company conducted a cell culture study and validated indeed that combining Rise AM and Reset PM with the tri-synergizers increase the gene expression that we're getting with our tri-synergizers, and the synergy found an additional benefit of those gene expression. So let's take a look at this first slide. In this particular cell culture study, they combined Protandim F2 synergizer with the Rise AM and the Reset PM system. And do you see that significant increase in glutathione? We all know about glutathione, right? The most important antioxidant for your brain. It's like the mother of all antioxidants, right? And so this gives you another significant benefit with increasing glutathione. It's impossible to get too much glutathione. I guess it's when it comes to your natural antioxidant production, it's really, your body's going to naturally balance out, as you know, if you need it, and if you don't need it, it's going to stay in balance. So this is very cool. And this second cell culture study, what they did is they combined the Protandim dual synergizer, that's the NRF1 and the NRF2, again with the Rise AM and the Reset PM, and they had a significant increase in catalase. This third cell culture found that when you combine the Protandim tri-synergizers with Rise AM and Reset PM, what did you get? A whopping increase of 68% of those sirtuins. So it just shows you that indeed, when you provide the micronutrients for all of those various complex and interwoven pathways that require those micronutrients, and when you combine those with the tri-synergizers, it just kind of makes sense, right? That you are really going to get that added benefit. Okay, so let's talk about results. This was a consumer study of, I believe it was 100 distributors that were also taking the tri-synergizers. They were asked to stop any micronutrient supplements that they were taking at the time. And these were the results. In fact, Lisa Barnes, when she was presenting to us on this, they were really surprised. I think this way surpassed their expectations and what they thought that the consumer or the distributors would report as far as their benefits. So they had, look at that, 23% increase in mental energy, increase in physical energy, increase in alertness, improvement in mood, increased ability to relax, improvement in stress relief at night. How about this one? 43% increase in waking up feeling refreshed in the morning. Now, I've just been on the products for about 5 weeks, and it was probably about the third or fourth week that Jim said to me, "Hey, Joe, I think you're sleeping better." And yes, indeed, like this really deep REM sleep that I was getting. I've been taking a sleep formula, and even with the sleep formula, I still, it's a natural herbal sleep formula I was taking, still having issues with waking up in the middle of the night. But this was an added benefit where I found that it was that deep REM sleep, not waking up as frequently at night. So really, really love the products, and the experience that I've had has been great. And this is, again, just some consumer product testimonials. You know, I wake up feeling wide awake and alert. My energy level is higher and sustained throughout the day. So I can't wait for all of you to try the products and get out of the products and start feeling these, you know, great benefits that you're going to get. Now, you might think, well, isn't this kind of like micronutrient supplements been out there for a long time? Isn't that market kind of saturated out there? And this is really interesting, what I learned through the webinars too, which Jesse Allen did a fantastic job and his team in presenting this, is the VMS stands for vitamin mineral supplement, okay? So vitamin mineral supplement is really steadily been growing. And I've got the numbers reversed there, okay? This is, this number is wrong. This is supposed to be 30 something, 35. I think this is supposed to be, excuse me, this is supposed to be 35. Let me back up here. I just saw that. I just picked that up before. This is something, I think this is like 35 billion. And I'll double check my notes, but I'm quite sure that's what it is. And it is projected to increase in just 4 years to 45 billion. Okay. And this was interesting in some of the market surveys that our company did, that they found that there was a COVID impact on the vitamin mineral supplement usage. And they found a 34% increase with COVID. People really were becoming aware of the importance of micronutrients for maintaining, their immune systems, right? So during COVID, 34% increase in those that were taking vitamin mineral supplements, 28% actually started. So we had people who were already taking some micronutrients, increase their micronutrients. So you see that COVID has had an impact, and I think they feel that it's going to be a lasting impact. So there's great opportunity out there, and to really grow your business in this area, especially where we have really like the highest quality, and the formulation that's gone into our products are just nothing out there that surpasses this. And of course, 58% of the population right now are using micronutrient supplements, and 80% take them every day. So a lot of your customers out there, and if you're like me, you're already taking some vitamin nutrient supplements. And so here we can present them with something that is significantly superior, with all of the science and technology that's gone into formulating these products. So there's a great opportunity with your current customer base as well. And this was interesting because our company reported on a survey. And in the survey, they asked a couple thousand people, where did you learn about how to choose a micronutrient supplement? And 51% said their doctor, but look at that, 42% said that they asked their friends and family about, hey, what micronutrient supplements do you take? So you can see that your friends and family out there are already trusting you and already have a high level of trust with you. And if they're already taking our products, they know about the quality and the effectiveness of our products. And so this will be something that you can really bless your friends with, really a way superior product to just an off-the-shelf multivitamin. Can you just start now, when you think about it, when you think about these micronutrients from LifeVantage versus what you might have used or are using, and how superior this is, and how this is going to really benefit your overall health and well-being. And so in summary, what did you learn tonight? You learned that most of the population have inadequate intakes of one or more micronutrients. You've learned about the time-wise nutrient delivery system, that is the thought is going intelligent design, and thought that is going into formulating these products with the right nutrients, with the right amount at the right time. The Rise AM and Rise Reset PM nutrients work synergistically and enhance the benefits of the Protandim Tri-Synergizers. And a terrific marketing opportunity exists, with 50% of the US population currently taking a multivitamin supplement, and this is growing. Okay, with that, I'm going to stop share and turn it back over to you.
Well, I just want to say thank you so much. Are your minds blowing, you guys? Yes, I see people giving you a round of applause. I am sitting here and in just complete gratitude that every day we get to learn in life, learn so many new things, and just be aware of our bodies and the potential, and grateful for a company that is always looking out for all of us. And Joanne, you once again have just blown my mind with your knowledge, your research, your care, and just your expertise. So thank you so much. I know we want to respect everybody's time, including yours. So we will stop recording this and get this recording out to everybody. And I know you'll want to listen to it over and over and over again. And just so you all know as well, there's going to be plenty of resources. I'm looking at the beautiful Shauna Loggy there, and she said, we are not lacking resources here at LifeVantage. So LifeVantage is also doing a training, and you guys continue just to be getting activated, and let's just share with one another. I am shocked. I have been blown away by the people that have been sharing with us recently about their personal testimonies on these products. So super excited. Anything else you'd want to share, Joanne, before we close up tonight?
No, I just, I think all distributors can have such confidence with the formulation of these products, because, you have the Linus Pauling Institute with the genius minds. I mean, they're like the top of the best in the micronutrient world that partnered with our company. Just think about that, to bring these products to market. That was really what impressed me and wowed me. And I'm like, well, yeah, I'm going to take those products, I mean, even before I knew anything about the science and the time-wise delivery system, that's trademarked just for LifeVantage. No, there's not, another company can't take that concept of time-wise delivery. Do you see that? So you think about that. I've been looking at all those nutrients and the amounts and the form of the nutrients, because so many people are taking vitamins that their bodies aren't using. It's just a waste of money, total, and so, that maybe this may be a little bit more price point, but really, if a product isn't worried, that's the most expensive product you can buy, right? If a product that's just going down the drain or out in your urine or whatever. So these are really top of the line, top high, like LifeVantage does with everything, right? We got the best of the best. So with that, I'm confident.
Yeah, Amy Dippold used the word, I feel complete. And I just said, wow, what a feeling to just feel complete as far as your energy in the morning, sustained energy, your mood, and then being able to sleep. I know sleep is a big one that I just keep hearing over and over and over again.
Huge. Well, if you're sleeping well and you get that really deep REM sleep, it's not so much that I'm sleeping longer, but I think if you get that very deep REM sleep, that's the key. So then that's when you wake up feeling so much more rested. And that's what I experienced.
So excited.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited. All right, everybody. Thank you. If you want to go learn more, go over to the LifeVantage Facebook page. They're doing more. They've been doing more on this tonight as well. And just bless you all. So excited for the future of activation and getting our bodies continuing to just be the best it can be. All right. Love you all.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.